A Shropshire Lad by A. Housman, Part 2. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. A Shropshire Lad by A. Housman, Part 2. 35. On the idle hill of summer, sleepy with the flower of streams, far I hear the steady drummer drumming like a noise in dreams. Far and near and low and louder on the roads of earth go by, dear to friends and food for powder, soldiers marching all to die. East and west on fields forgotten, bleach and bones of comrades slain, lovely lads and dead and rotten, none that go return again. Far the calling bugles hollow, high the screaming fife replies, gay the files of scarlet follow, woman bore me, I will rise. 36. White in the moon the long road lies, the moon stands blank above, white in the moon the long road lies, that leads me from my love. Still hangs the hedge without a gust, still, still the shadows stay, my feet upon the moonlit dust pursues the ceaseless way. The world is round, so travellers tell, and straight through reach the track. Trudge on, 'twill all be well, the way will guide one back. But ere the circle homeward hies, far, far must it remove, white in the moon the long road lies, that leads me from my love. 37. As through the wild green hills of Wyre the train ran, changing sky and shire, and far behind a fading crest, low in the forsaken west, sank the high-reared hand of Clee. My hand lay empty on my knee. Aching on my knee it lay, that morning half a shire away, so many an honest fellow's fist had well nigh wrung it from the wrist. Hand, said I, since now we part, from fields and men we know by heart, from strangers' faces, strangers' lands, hand, you have held true fellows' hands. Be clean, then, rot before you do a thing they'd not believe of you. You and I must keep from shame in London streets the Shropshire name. On banks of Thames they must not say Severn breeds worse men than they. And friends abroad must bear in mind friends at home they leave behind. Oh, I shall be stiff and cold when I forget you, hearts of gold. The land where I shall mind you not is the land where all's forgot. And if my foot returns no more to Thames, nor Corve, nor Severn shore, luck, my lads, be with you still, by falling streams and standing hill, by chiming towers and whispering tree, men that made a man of me. About your work in town and farm, still you'll keep my head from harm, still you'll help me, hands that gave a grasp to friend me to the grave. 38. The winds out of the westland blow, my friends have breathed them there. Warm with the blood of lads I know, comes east the sighing air. It fanned their temples, filled their lungs, scattered their forelocks free. My friends made words of it with tongues that talk no more to me. Their voices dying as they fall, thick on the wind are sown. The names of men blow soundless by, my fellows and my own. O lads, at home I heard you plain, but here your speech is still, and down the sighing wind in vain you hollo from the hill. The wind and I, we both were there, but neither long abode. Now through the friendless world we fare, and sigh upon the road. 39. 'Tis time, I think, by Wenlock town, the golden broom should blow, the hawthorn sprinkled up and down should charge the land with snow. Spring will not wait the loiterer's time, who keeps so long away. So others wear the broom and climb the hedgerows heaped with May. O tarnish late on Wenlock edge, gold that I never see, lie long high snowdrifts in the hedge, that will not shower on me. 40. Into my heart an air that kills from yon far country blows. What are those blue remembered hills, what spires, what farms are those? That is the land of lost content, I see it shining plain, the happy highways where I went and cannot come again. 41. In my own shire, if I was sad, homely comforts I had. The earth, because my heart was sore, sorrowed for the son she bore, and standing hills longed to remain, shared their short-lived comrade's pain, and bound for the same bourne as I, on every road I wandered by, trod beside me close and dear the beautiful and death-struck year. Whether in the woodland brown I heard the beech-nut rustle down, and saw the purple crocus pale flower about the autumn dale, or littering far in fields of May Lady smocks a-bleaching lay, and like a sunlit water stood the bluebells in the azured wood. Yonder, lightening other loads, the seasons range the country roads, but here in London streets I ken no such helpmates, only men, and these are not in plight to bear, if they would, another's care. They have enough as 'tis. I see in many an eye that measures me the mortal sickness of a mind too unhappy to be kind. Undone with misery, all they can is to hate their fellow man, and till they drop they needs must still look at you and wish you ill. 42. The Merry Guide. Once in the wind of morning I ranged the time wold. The world-wide air was azure, and all the brooks ran gold. There through the dews beside me, behold a youth that trod, with feathered cap on forehead, and poised a golden rod. With mane to match the morning, and gay delightful guise, and friendly brows and laughter, he looked me in the eyes. "Oh, whence?" I asked, "and whither?" He smiled and would not say, and looked at me and beckoned, and laughed and led the way. And with kind looks and laughter, and naught to say beside, we two went on together, I and my happy guide. Across the glittering pastures, and empty uplands still, and solitude of shepherds high in the folded hill, by hanging woods and hamlets that gaze through orchards down on many a windmill turning, and far discovered town, with gay regards of promise, and sure unslackened stride, and smiles and nothing spoken, led on my merry guide. By blowing realms of woodland, with sun-struck veins of field, and cloud-led shadows sailing about the windy weald, by valley-guarded granges, and silver waters wide, content at heart I followed with my delightful guide. And like the cloudy shadows across the country blown, we two face on forever, but not we two alone. With the great gale we journey, that breathes from gardens thinned, borne in the drift of blossoms, whose petals throng the wind, buoyed on the heaven-heard whisper of dancing leaflets whirled, from all the woods that autumn bereaves in all the world. And midst the fluttering legion of all that ever died, I follow, and before us goes the delightful guide, with lips that brim with laughter, but never once respond, and feet that fly on feathers, and serpent-circled wand. 43. The Immortal Part. When I meet the morning beam, or lay me down at night to dream, I hear my bones within me say, "Another night, another day. When shall this slough of sense be cast, this dust of thoughts be laid at last, the man of flesh and soul be slain, and the man of bone remain? This tongue that talks, these lungs that shout, these thews that hustle us about, this brain that fills the skull with schemes, and its humming hive of dreams, these to-day are proud in power, and lord it in their little hour. The immortal bones obey control of dying flesh and dying soul. 'Tis long till eve and morn are gone, slow the endless night comes on, and late to fullness grows the birth that shall last as long as earth. Wanderers eastward, wanderers west, know you why you cannot rest? 'Tis that every mother's son travels with a skeleton. Lie down in the bed of dust, bear the fruit that bear you must, bring the eternal seed to light, and morn is all the same as night. Rest you so from troubles sore, fear the heat of the sun no more, nor the snowing winter wild, now you labour not with child. Empty vessel, garment cast, we that wore you long shall last, another night, another day, so my bones within me say. Therefore they shall do my will, to-day while I am master still, and flesh and soul, now both are strong, shall hail the sullen slaves along. Before this fire of sense decay, this smoke of thought blow clean away, and leave with ancient night alone the steadfast and enduring bone. 44. Shot! So quick, so clean an ending! Oh, that was right, lad, that was brave. Yours was not an ill for mending, 'twas best to take it to the grave. Oh, you had forethought, you could reason, and saw your road and where it led, and early wise and brave in season, put the pistol to your head. Oh, soon, and better so than later, after long disgrace and scorn, you shot dead the household traitor, the soul that should not have been born. Right you guessed the rising morrow, and scorn to tread the mire you must. Dust your wages, son of sorrow, but men may come to worse than dust. Souls undone, undoing others, long time since the tale began. You would not live to wrong your brothers, O lad, you died as fits a man. Now to your grave shall friend and stranger with ruth and some with envy come, undishonoured, clear of danger, clean of guilt, past hence and home. Turn safe to rest, no dreams, no waking, and here, man, here's the wreath I have made. 'Tis not a gift that's worth the taking, but wear it, and it will not fade. 45. If it chance your eye offend you, pluck it out, lad, and be sound. 'Twill hurt, but here are salves to friend you, and many a balsam grows on ground. And if your hand or foot offend you, cut it off, lad, and be whole. But play the man, stand up and end you, when your sickness is your soul. 46. Bring, in this timeless grave to throw, no cypress sombre on the snow. Snap not from the bitter yew his leaves that lived December through. Break no rosemary bright with rime, and sparkling to the cruel clime, nor plod the winter land to look for willows in the icy brook, to cast them leafless round him. Bring no spray that ever buds in spring. But if the Christmas field is kept, on's the last gleaner overslept, or shrivelled flax whose flower is blue, a single season, never two. Or if one home whose year is o'er shivers on the upland furrow, oh, bring from hill and stream and plain whatever will not flower again, to give him comfort. He and those shall bide eternal bedfellows, where low upon the couch he lies, whence he never shall arise. 47. The Carpenter's Son. Here the hangman stops his cart, now the best of friends must part. Fare ye well, for ill fare I. Live, lads, and I will die. Oh, at home had I but stayed, prentice to my father's trade, had I stuck to plane and adze, I had not been lost, my lads. Then I might have built perhaps gallow trees for other chaps, never dangled on my own, had I but left ill alone. Now you see they hang me high, and the people passing by stop to shake their fists and curse, so 'tis come from ill to worse. Here hang I, and right and left 2 poor fellows hang for theft. All the same's in luck we prove, though the midmost hangs for love. Comrades all that stand and gaze, walk henceforth in other ways. See my neck and save your own. Comrades all, leave ill alone. Make some day a decent end, shrewder fellows than your friend. Fare ye well, for ill fare I. Live, lads, and I will die. 48. Be still, my soul, be still. The arms you bear are brittle. Earth and high heaven are fixed of old and founded strong. Think rather, call to thought, if now you grieve a little, the days when we had rest, O soul, for they were long. Men loved unkindness then, but lightless in the quarry I slept and saw not. Tears fell down, I did not mourn. Sweat ran and blood sprang out, and I was never sorry. Then it was well with me, in days ere I was born. Now when I muse for why, and never find the reason, I pace the earth, and drink the air, and feel the sun. Be still, my soul, it is but for a season. Let us endure an hour, and see injustice done. I look, high heaven and earth ail from the prime foundation. All thoughts to rive the hearts are here, and all are vain. Horror and scorn and hate and fear and indignation. Oh, why did I awake? When shall I sleep again? 49. Think no more, lad, laugh, be jolly. Why should men make haste to die? Empty heads and tongues a talking make the road rough easy walking, and the feather pate of folly bears the falling sky. Oh, 'tis jesting, dancing, drinking, spins the heavy world around. If young hearts were not so clever, oh, they would be young forever. Think no more, 'tis only thinking lays lads underground. 50. Clunton and Clunbury, Clunnanforth and Clun, are the quietest places under the sun. In valleys of springs of rivers, by Oney and Team and Clun, the county for easy livers, the quietest under the sun. We still had sorrows to lighten, one could not always be glad, and lads knew trouble at nightin when I was a nightin lad. By bridges that Thames runs under, in London the town built ill, 'tis sure small matter for wonder, if sorrow is all one still. And if, as a lad grows older, the troubles he bears are more, he carries his griefs on a shoulder that hand sailed them long before. Where shall one halt to deliver this luggage I'd lief set down? Not Thames nor Teme the river, nor London nor Knighton the town. 'Tis a long way further than Knighton, a quieter place than Clun, where doomsday may thunder and lighten, and little 'twill matter to one. 51. Loitering with a vacant eye along the Grecian gallery, and brooding on the heavy ill, I met a statue standing still. Still in marble stone stood he, and steadfastly he looked at me. Well met, I thought the youth would say, we both were fashioned far away. We neither knew, when we were young, these Londoners we live among. Still he looked and eyed me hard, an earnest and a grave regard. What, lad, drooping with your lot? I too would be where I am not. I too survey that endless line of men whose thoughts are not as mine. Years ere you stood up from rest, on my neck the collar pressed. Years when you lay down your ill, I shall stand and bear it still. Courage, lad, 'tis not for long. Stand, quit you like stone, be strong. So I thought his looks would say, and light on me my trouble lay, and I slept out in flesh and bone, manful, like the man of stone. 52. Far in a western Brooklyn that bred me long ago, the poplars stand and tremble by pools I used to know. There in the windless night time the wanderer, marvelling why, halts on the bridge to hearken how soft the poplars sigh. He hears, long since forgotten, in fields where I was known, here I lie down in London, and turn to rest alone. There by the starlit fences the wanderer halts and hears my soul that lingers sighing about the glimmering weirs. 53. The True Lover. The lad came to the door at night, when lovers crown their vows, and whistled soft and out of sight, in shadow of the boughs. I shall not vex you with my face, henceforth my love for aye, so take me in your arms a space before the east is grey. When I from hence away am past, I shall not find a bride, and you shall be the first and last I ever lay beside. She heard and knew not why, her heart to this she laid. Light was the air beneath the sky, but dark under the shade. Oh, do you breathe, lad, that your breast seems not to rise and fall, and here upon my bosom pressed there beats no heart at all? Oh, loud, my girl, it once would knock, you should have felt it then, but since for you I stopped the clock, it never goes again. Oh, lad, what is it, lad, that drips wet from your neck on mine? What is it falling on my lips, my lad, that tastes of brine? Oh, like enough 'tis blood, my dear, for when the knife has slit the throat across from ear to ear, 'twill bleed because of it. Under the stars the air was light, but dark below the boughs, the still air of the speechless night, when lovers crown their vows. 54. With rue my heart is laden, for golden friends I had, and many a rose-lipped maiden, and many a light-foot lad. By brooks too broad for leaping, the light-foot boys are laid, the rose-lipped girls are sleeping, in field where roses fade. 55. Westward on the high-hilled plains, where for me the world began, still I think in newer veins frets the changeless blood of man. Now that other lads than I strip to bathe on Severn's shore, they, no help for all they try, tread the mill I trod before. There, when hueless is the west, and the darkness hushes wide, where the lad lies down to rest, stands the troubled dream beside. There, on thoughts that once were mine, day looks down the eastern steep, and the youth at morning shine makes the vow he will not keep. 56. The Day Battle. Far I hear the bugle blow to call me where I would not go, and the guns begin the song, "Soldier, fly or stay for long." Comrade, if to turn and fly made a soldier never die, fly I would, for who would not? 'Tis sure no pleasure to be shot. But since the man that runs away lives to die another day, and cowards' funerals, when they come, are not wept so well at home, therefore, though the best is bad, stand and do the best, my lad. Stand and fight and see us slain, and take the bullet in your brain. 57. You smile upon your friend today his ills are over. You hearken to the lover's say, and happy is the lover. 'Tis late to hearken, late to smile, but better late than never. I shall have lived a little while before I die forever. 58. When I came last to Ludlow, amidst the moonlight pale, 2 friends kept step beside me, 2 honest lads and hale. Now Dick lies long in the churchyard, and Ned lies long in jail, and I come home to Ludlow amidst the moonlight pale. 49. The Isle of Portland. The star-filled seas are smooth tonight, from France to England strown, black towers above the Portland light, the felon-quarried stone. On yonder island not to rise, never to stir forth free, far from his folk a dead lad lies, that once was friends with me. Lie you easy, dream you light, and sleep you fast for aye, and luckier may you find the night than ever you found the day. 60. Now hollow fires burn out to black, and lights are guttering low. Square your shoulders, lift your pack, and leave your friends and go. Oh, never fear, man, naught's to dread, look not left nor right. In all the endless road you tread, there's nothing but the night. 61. Hewley Steeple. The vane on Hewley steeple bears bright a far-known sign, and there lie Hewley people, and there lie friends of mine. Tall in their midst the tower divides the shade and sun, and the clock strikes the hour and tells the time to none. To south the headstones cluster, the sunny mounds lie thick, the dead are more in muster at Hewley than the quick. North for a soon-told number, chill graves the sexton delves, and steeple-shadowed slumber the slayers of themselves. To north to south lie parted, with Hewley tower above, the kind, the single-hearted, the lads I used to love. And south or north 'tis only a choice of friends one knows, and I shall ne'er be lonely, asleep with these or those. 62. Terence, this is stupid stuff. You eat your victuals fast enough. There can't be much amiss, 'tis clear, to see the rate you drink your beer. But oh, good Lord, the verse you make, it gives a chap the belly ache. The cow, the old cow, she is dead. It sleeps well, the horned head. We poor lads, 'tis our turn now to hear such tunes as killed the cow. Pretty friendship 'tis to rhyme your friends to death before their time, mopping melancholy mad. Come, pipe a tune to dance to, lad. Why, if 'tis dancing you would be, there's brisker pipes than poetry. Say, for what were hop-yards meant, or why was Burton built on Trent? Oh, many a peer of England brews livelier liquor than the Muse, and malt does more than Milton can to justify God's ways to man. Ale, man, ale's the stuff to drink for fellows whom it hurts to think. Look into the pewter pot to see the world as the world's not, and faith, 'tis pleasant till 'tis past. The mischief is that 'twill not last. Oh, I have been to Ludlow fair, and left my necktie God knows where, and carried halfway home or near pints and quarts of Ludlow beer. Then the world seemed none so bad, and I myself a sterling lad, and down in lovely muck I've lain, happy till I woke again. Then I saw the morning sky. Hi-ho, the tale was all a lie. The world, it was the old world yet. I was I, my things were wet, and nothing now remained to do but begin the game anew. Therefore, since the world has still much good, but much less ill than good, and while the sun and moon endure, luck's a chance, but trouble's sure, I'd face it as a wise man would, and train for ill, and not for good. 'Tis true, the stuff I bring for sale is not so brisk a brew as ale. Out of a stem that scored the hand, I wrung it in a weary land. But take it. If the smack is sour, the better for the embittered hour. It should do good to heart and head, when your soul is in my soul's stead, and I will friend you, if I may, in the dark and cloudy day. There was a king reigned in the East. There, when kings will sit to feast, they get their fill before they think, with poisoned meat and poisoned drink. He gathered all that springs to birth from the many venomed earth. First a little, thence to more, he sampled all her killing store. And easy, smiling, seasoned sound sate the king when healths went round. They put arsenic in his meat, and stared aghast to watch him eat. They poured saccharine in his cup, and shook to see him drink it up. They shook, they stared, as white's their shirt, them it was their poison hurt. I tell the tale that I heard told. Mithridates, he died old. 63. I hoed and trenched and weeded, and took the flowers to fair. I brought them home unheeded, the hue was not the wear. So up and down I sow them, for lads like me to find, when I shall lie below them, a dead man out of mind. Some seed the birds devour, and some the season mars, but here and there will flower the solitary stars. And fields will yearly bear them, as light-leaved spring comes on, and luckless lads will wear them, when I am dead and gone. End of A Shropshire Lad by A. Housman. This has been a LibriVox recording.